When one chooses to become conscious, he naturally chooses to become silent. Just try this and see. Tomorrow, one day, suddenly you will become extremely conscious of everything. Silence is about moving from compulsiveness to consciousness. All sounds represent different forms and different dimensions of compulsiveness. When one chooses to become conscious, not be entangled in the compulsive nature of the existence, he naturally chooses to become silent. The wind makes its own sound, so does the water, so does the earth. In fact, so does the sky. All the celestial objects are making their own sounds. There are sounds of pain, sounds of pleasure, sounds of misery, sounds of joy. For everything there is a sound. In human life, it's very true. Sounds of life, and there are sounds of death, and there are even sounds of silence. So this complex amalgamation of sounds creates different intent, different levels of compulsiveness, different levels of bondage, and different possibilities of entanglement. Silence is not a way of denying yourself life. It is not even about denying yourself articulation. Silence is about moving from compulsiveness to consciousness. Silence does not mean shutting your mouth silence, plugging your ears silence. You can sing in silence, you can dance in silence, you can even speak in silence, you can even scream in silence. Don't try. That does not mean when everybody is silent you scream, that is not screaming in silence. Because sound is of the surface, silence is of the core. It is only the surface which makes the sound. See, now the water is hitting the surface and making the sound. Deep down, there is no sound. That is so with life. On the surface, it is a very complex mesh of sounds, a maze of sounds happening. But at the core, there is no sound. We call it nishabd, that means absence of sound, a total absence of sound. Absence of sound means absence of reverberation. Absence of reverberation means absence of life. Absence of life means absence of creation. Absence of creation means absence of the creator too. So a space which is beyond creation and creator, a dimension which is beyond life and death, that is what is being referred to as silence or nishabd. One cannot do this, one can become this. Commonly, there are two words employed to describe this. One is maun, that means you're practicing silence, you're not silent. You shut your mouth, you're remaining in maun. This is not nishabd. Maun means you're practicing silence. Practicing silence starts as a certain restriction, but slowly, as one practices silence, one can possibly become silent. To train this body, to train this mind, to become still, takes some effort. If one is simply blissed out, he will become still. But otherwise one has to work bit by bit, one has to work to bring this body to absolute stillness. Stillness, you're in touch with a dimension way beyond creation. Once one is in touch with that, there is no such thing as illness. When the time to lose your body comes, if you want to lose it gracefully, then you must know at least a little bit of stillness. There's no grace in life. So if one has to attain to that grace, at least a certain amount of stillness has to enter your life. If right now it is not coming, at least practicing a little bit of maun. In an hour, if you're speaking 1573 words right now, so whatever number you're doing, see if you can articulate the same things that you're saying with half the number of words. Suddenly you will become extremely conscious of everything. Now, if you have to hold back half the words and still say the same things, now you have to be very conscious, otherwise you cannot say it. Just try this and see. Tomorrow, one day, don't curtail your activity, still say the same things, but with half the words. How wonderful the whole world will feel, you know.
In the tranquil embrace of the Bodhi tree, Siddhartha entered a state of profound silence. It was in this silence that he gained profound insights into the nature of existence. The light of awakening dawned upon him, illuminating the path to liberation from suffering. As Buddha emerged from his silent contemplation, he radiated an aura of serenity and wisdom. He had transcended the compulsive nature of creation, achieving a state of consciousness that allowed him to see the interconnectedness of all life. Buddha chose to share his transformative experience with the world, teaching the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. His teachings emphasized the importance of mindfulness, compassion, and the practice of silence to overcome suffering and attain enlightenment. Our voyage from compulsiveness to consciousness commences with conscious reduction of compulsive expression. Gradually, we transition from Maun, the practice of silence, to Nishab, that is, the profound state of stillness. So this journey awakens heightened self-awareness, unveiling the transformative potential of silence. Life orchestrates in a symphony of sounds, each representing a unique facet of existence. The wind's gentle murmur, the rhythmic flow of water, the earth's whisper, and even the sky's ethereal song contribute to this vibrant tapestry. Now, these diverse sounds mirrors the diverse forms of dimensions of our compulsive nature. The sounds are the language through which life communicates. Every emotion from joy to pain, pleasure to misery is conveyed through sound. Even celestial bodies and earthly elements contribute their voices to this grand narrative, creating a complex web of experience. The silence or nishab extends beyond the absence of noise. It's a state that transcends compulsive creation, allowing us to connect with our inner essence. Silence doesn't negate life's expression. Rather, it elevates our awareness beyond the surface noise. Engaging in action within the realm of silence adds depth to life's experience. Dancing, swimming, and living in silence infuse each moment with soulful meaning. While sound dwells on the surface, silence emerges from our core. So liberation from compulsiveness marks the dawn of authentic living. Now a simple yet powerful experiment as given by Sadhguru, that is, cut your words 50% tomorrow and still say the same thing. Observe the shift as heightened consciousness emerges, turning ordinary conditions or interactions into mindful connections. Now when you do this, you extremely become very much conscious, because what word to say, you have to be conscious and then speak. So this diminished compulsiveness nature of ours, now this paves the way to conscious, harmonious existence. Now embracing silence ushers forth a wealth of benefits, including enhanced focus, reduced stress, lowered blood pressure, a strengthened immune system, improved sleep, and heightened creativity and problem-solving abilities. Now, in yogic traditions, silence is a potent catalyst for spiritual growth. Nishab, or the complete absence of sound, transcends the limits of mind. Attaining Nishabd heralds Samadhi, a state of pure consciousness and profound serenity. Now, in ancient Vedic scriptures echo the significance of silence. The Upanishads proclaim that silence is the highest form of speech. Sages revered silence through a channel to connect with intuition and higher realms of consciousness. Now, as we conclude this illuminating journey, we invite you to embrace the transformative power of silence. Thank you for watching the full video, and if you found the video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others. We appreciate your support and we embrace the transformative power of silence. Up to next, stay safe, healthy, happy, and namaskaram.